Hello, Howard University, community, students, and faculty. My name is Andrea Riles. The Theater Arts Department is producing a play by one of the great American playwrights, Tennessee Williams. Not About Nightingales is presented on Broadway, London's West End, and numerous regional theaters around the world. Today, we are sitting down with the director and professor, Ruffin, to get a little insight into why the theater department chose this play. It is a delight and pleasure to have you in the HU inside the Actors Studio. Professor Ruffin, thank you for joining us. One question, why is Howard University producing this play?
The theater department is producing it, and the theater department initially does this kind of work so that the actors have an opportunity to work on their craft. They are in a classroom classrooms regularly, and they need a laboratory where they can actually practice the things that they're learning in a classroom. So that's the short answer.
Right.
That's a short answer. Well, the long answer is it's the kind of work that needs to be done on Howard's campus,
right.
Needs to be shared with our various communities, and this just becomes the epicenter for art and culture and gathering the community to talk about things that are important and germane and necessary to be said.
Awesome. So what exactly is the play about?
It's based on an actual occurrence. It happened in 1938. You had a prison in Philadelphia where the inmates wanted to protest against the food that they were being served, and 4 of the inmates led a hunger strike. And they got all of the inmates all riled up to do this sort of passive resistance, because a hunger strike isn't, sort of, let's go chop
right.
the folks, and kill the white man. It wasn't that. It was, this passive resistance. But as a result, the warden, to quell that, the warden took those 4 inmates who were the leaders of the uprising, put them in a cell, and the cell had radiators that lined the walls and very little ventilation, and he cooked them.
Wow. He
continued to turn up the heat in that room until the 4 men were killed. And so the play is based on that actual occurrence. It's a protest play written by Tennessee Williams, probably one of the few plays that he ever wrote in that vein. Most of his plays have a very lyrical, poetic look at Southern life and the sort of circumstances that he grew up in.
Wow, they were cooked.
Right.
Wow. So what is the desired outcome of the play? Like, what would you like for people to take away from this?
Well, there are some social constructs that we help keep afloat, that we actually perpetuate. So we have the ability to create it, we have the ability to take it away. The king has its power, his power, her power, because we give that power, and we also have the power to take it away. So there are some constructs that exist in this world that, as opposed to us continuing to perpetuate and allow them to happen, we should be actively looking at how we can deconstruct and create a new paradigm.
Right. And why exactly should Howard students see this? What is it? Why is it specific to students?
Why is it specific to students? Well, if we just want to look timely at what's happening in our world right now. I'm talking about Ferguson, Missouri, right?
Right.
Here's yet another incident where we are confronting injustice in America, and so this is a story that not many people know about. And so the more we can unearth these stories that people don't know about, the more we can, the more power we have. You know your history, you can do something about it, as opposed to being in this cyclical sense of repeating. So why it's entertaining? Because I don't intend to tell any story that's going to bore you.
Exactly.
Right. I like for folks to go to the theater that have never been to the theater before, so that I can convert you. Hallelujah. So that's why I think Howard students, Howard community should come, because it'll have an entertainment value, but at the same time, it challenges you. Right. It challenges everyone that witnesses it to say, hey, what can I be doing in my world to make things different?
Right.
It has a dual fold.
Why is it so special to you, though? Why is this something that, because I feel your passion, and I just want to know, why is it something that you're very serious about?
I drafted a letter that I intend to send out to faculty all over the campus. And the first line of the letter says, the majority of students in your class know someone in jail, know someone that's been to jail, or have actually been incarcerated themselves.
Right.
And are we having discourse? Are we having dialogue about that? Are we looking for ways to address this construct? What are we doing? Can we do something? We should, in this environment, we should have think tanks for how to correct that circumstance, that dilemma. We should be actively working to change that dynamic, that paradigm in our communities. And so I also, I'm putting that charge on other folks and the students, but the reality is I know folks in prison. I know folks who have been to prison, who are very close to me. So for me, it's an opportunity to, share what I know is the truth, challenge myself and my various circles to do something about it, to not just sit passively and allow this to continue.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Professor Ruffin. I am super excited to come see the play, Not About Nightingales. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to have this conversation with you. And thank you for pouring out to students, pouring out to the Howard community with this play.
Thank you. Thank you
very
very much.
Have a great day.